Today we'll be changing the oil on my 1954 Chevy Bel Air with the stock inline 6 235. Pretty simple process, not much needed, but I've had a lot of questions on how to get the oil drained out completely, especially out of the factory option of the oil filter, which is a pretty simple process. There's a couple ways you could do it. I'll show you the way I do it, and we'll go from there. Like I said, it's not a very hard process, so let's get to it. First step is what we're gonna do is, if you look under here, got the oil pan right here with the drain plug right there, which on mine, I believe if yours is stock, it's gonna be a 7/8 like mine is, and we're just gonna go ahead and get the oil draining out of it. We're get the oil draining, as you can see. Let that completely drain out, and we'll move to the next step. So now we're under the hood. While we're waiting for the oil to drain, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the filter here, if you have one. Some didn't come. If it's a factory option, like I said, this right here is the bolt to take off. It's gonna be a 5/8 if it's a factory top. I've seen them where somebody has manipulated this and it's been a different number, but I believe the factory size is 5/8. So all you're gonna do is just loosen this up and then get it loose. Once you get it loose, I'll show you. It's loose. So I got my little tub here. I'm gonna grab this just in case there's some oil on it. Shouldn't be that much. And that's what the bottom of it looks like. There's a little spring with the screw, goes right there. Down in there is your filter. Before we can pull that filter out, we're gonna need to take this air cleaner off. Right now I have a Fram in there, C4. And some of them you can come at an angle and get them out of there, but some of them you can't. And I believe the Fram ones, you're gonna need to take this off. So let's go ahead and get that off. There's a flathead under here. Yours may be something else, but you just gotta loosen it up just a little so we can pull this oil bath cleaner off, which that should be enough. There we go. Don't forget the line here. So we'll take that off. And now what we'll do, there's this little cap here. This comes off, stored in there. That's a little oil bin if you're wondering. And when you buy them, the filters have these attached to them. And some of them fit underneath that little cap that I just took off, some don't. So what you're gonna wanna do is hang on to this thing, because if not, it's kind of a pain to get the oil filter out. But there's two little holes that this goes in when it comes, and it's a little handle where you can pick up on it. Now be careful, because there is rubber on there and you will splash oil everywhere if you don't be careful with that. So that's why I have this here. Now there is this is a little rubber gasket. The new ones come with paper. I don't like the paper ones, so I'll get as much use as I can out of these rubbers. I'll reuse this. This oil can doesn't seem to leak. The problem is, if you need another one, you have to look on an online supplier. They're getting kind of hard to find, but it does come with a, I'll show you the new one that it comes with when we get to the filter part, but I'm gonna show you how to drain this first. So, all right, to drain the oil out of the oil filter canister, the little pan here, I just cut this out of an old 5-quart oil container. And then I get these off Amazon. Turkey basters, 2 for $6. They come the next day. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go steal your wife's and try and hide it back with oil all over it. 2 for $6. All you do is suck it right out of there. Look at this, watch this. Watch how much I get in one go. That's all you gotta do. You're gonna do this until all of it's out of there. Make sure you get it down there in the bottom. It's kind of beveled at the bottom, so you're gonna wanna stick it down there as far as you can, because it cannot drain. It's got to go through the center. It's got to go through this to do all its draining, and that's what it gets out of the filter after it cleans it. So all you got to do is use a turkey baster. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. I've used condiment bottles with a hose on it. Doesn't work as good, but it does work. I've used brake pumps, self-brake bleeding pumps. I've used those. Doesn't work as good. Plus, I like to use those for brake fluid, not dirty oil. So I don't like to clean those. These right here, if you throw it out after the one use, not a big loss. Or just rinse it out. And if you're just going to continue to use it for dirty oil, doesn't make much of a difference how clean it is. 2 for $6 ones, they're not that big. You get a $8 to $10 one, I would imagine. Probably suck this out in 2 or 3 times, but doesn't matter to me. Still doesn't take that long. But that's all you got to do to get all the oil out. And it's pretty nasty oil too. I mean, that filter does a good job considering the age and the technology of it, but hey, it does a great job. Should get the last little bit out here. This canister holds 1 quart of oil. That's what we're going to put in it. Engine 5 quarts. The canister 1 quart. Let's make sure we can get as much as we can, because then what I'm going to do, once I get as much as I can out of there, that's about all I'm getting out of there. Oh. And then what I like to do is just give this a quick wipe. You use whatever you want. Shop rags work the best. This is what I had right here, paper towel, but I'm going to show you why. Look at how nasty that is. Gets really nasty in between that filter. Really nasty. So like I said, we'll clean this as good as we can. Get it all cleaned up for the new one. This is also at the bottom right here. This is at the bottom of it. That's what holds the filter up. So you can take that out too. Give her a good clean. Everything will be fresh when you put it back in. So now that the canister's all cleaned out, as you can see, nice and clean, no residue, no nothing. That's what you want. We can go ahead and we'll go ahead and start putting this thing back together. We'll put the drain plug back in. This is the drain plug, as you can see. It has like this little washer thing built onto it. I've been doing this for a while now. I've been putting these little crush washers on there. Just find one that fits it just like that. Kind of helps. I mean, mine dripped a little bit, but I've been putting these crush washers on there. May not be a factory thing, but that's what I've been doing, you know, to try and keep that drip down. And it works. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll put this plug back on. As you can see, it's drained. It's done. Just make sure you line that, you know, don't cross thread it. Let's go ahead and get that on there. Got the copper washer. I just line it up with that, you see? It's all lined up. Get your wrench, remember, 7/8. Give her a few cranks, get this tightened up. You know, don't go too crazy. Grab that copper washer on there, so does need a little bit more, but clean her up. Clean her up, and we're back to the top we go. Alright, so for the filter, like I said before, Fram C4 is what I use. I do like these. They do have different ones, different brands make them. But as you can see, there's that little thing that comes with it right there that I take off. Make sure you keep. You make sure you keep that, because then that way you can get it off. And here's that paper gasket. Don't really like it that much. I mean, I like the rubber one a lot better. As you can see, the rubber one is in here. See, I put it in there. But if you look, this one just doesn't fit it right. It may be for some other application, but definitely doesn't fit this one right. So like I said, get as much use out of that as you can. And you'll be better off. Because trying to get that other one to fit, that's not gonna work. So all you do, here's the thing I took out of the bottom. Make sure you put that back in. Put your filter on. It's got the rubber, so it might be a little tight. There that is. You can take this off right here. Keep that. You keep that. Put this back on. That's the thing that the spring sits against. Now inside that canister is going to take 1 quart of oil. 1 quart of oil. 1 whole quart. It may slow down a little bit because then the filter's got to get saturated, but just keep going. You know, it will take it, trust me. I'll show you here after I fill this, the oil that we're using throughout the whole motor. Same thing that's going in here. 1 quart. Let's get her all in there. Just while we're waiting, this oil right here is made by Valvoline. It's their VR1. I'm using straight 30 weight. Reason for that, the reason why I like using this, if you look on there, it says worked great with this motor, so that's the reason why I'm using it. Now in the engine, obviously here's the fill. It's going to take 5 quarts. Now, while that's draining, dipstick's on this side over here. I'll grab it, clean it off. I'll come show you what we're looking like. Obviously, we have to start it and run it, but as you see, it's on there. So we'll let that drain down. We'll let this drain down, get everything buttoned back up, then we'll start it and run it. All right, all the oil's in. And put your oil cap, your filler cap, oil cap, whatever you want to call it, back on. It's the cap of the oil filter. Like I said, the rubber gasket is already in there. I put it in there, it holds it for you. All right, let's get that back lined up with that. Bolt to the screw hole. Once it starts tightening down, make sure it's getting in there, not cross-threading it. Once you get it to where you can, remember 5/8 from when we took it off. The 5/8 on there. Tighten her down. Doesn't need to go crazy. Got that rubber gasket. Just get it on there. That should be good right there. Wipe her down. Let's see. I like it like that. There we go. Clean it up so we're not dripping everywhere. If there's any that spilled over, shouldn't be. I think I wiped it up already. I think I got it all. Got a little right here. All right. Now we'll give it a start. See if she'll crank right up. Should. Give it a start. Let that oil pump through a little bit. Let that oil pump through. That way we can get an accurate reading on the dipstick here. Let it run for a little bit. Obviously we'll have to put the air cleaner back on, but after we figure out that the oil levels are good, we'll do that. And then the 54 Bel Air is good to go. We'll go out here, show you her running while we're waiting. And smooth. I need a new belt. That noise is coming from, the belt's not making any noise, it's just old, but the noise you're hearing right now is coming from the carburetor. It doesn't have the air filter, they're really loud without that air filter on it. Quiet other than that. All right, we'll get her turned off and then we'll check the oil. All right, car's ran. Everything's back together other than the air filter. We'll just give it a look. Pull this dipstick, clean it off one good time just because it splashes up when it's running. These 235s though, they do take a while for everything to drain back down, so it probably won't be exactly where it needs to be showing on the dipstick, but we're definitely good where the level is. It's not exactly up to the line where it should be, but these things take forever for it all to drain back down, but it is good. We'll get the air cleaner on and then we'll be good to go. Process completed. All right, we'll grab the air filter. Go ahead and get this back where it goes. Like I said, pretty simple. If you remember where your line is, line that right back up. Like I said when I took it off, mine is a flathead underneath there. Kind of a pain to get to, but just guide her right on there and crank her down. If you just keep the screwdriver kind of straight, it's way easier than trying to come at it at an angle. There we go. And she's on there. And that's all there is to it for it. I mean, like I said, a lot of people ask me the question of how to get that drained. Simple as that. Good old turkey baster. So go ahead, go grab your wife's turkey baster and get to work.